we've got a very, very new and latest development. And to me, it's a big development in ECOWAS. And I want to share that quickly with you. Julius MAADA Bio, the president of Sierra Leone, has been now appointed as the new chairman of the Authority of Heads of States of ECOWAS. The reason why I am bringing this to you, that Julius MAADA Bio, the president of Sierra Leone, has now replaced the president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, as the new chairman of the Authority of the Heads of States of the ECOWAS. This position is very, very important, though very ceremonial. It's a very important position because in the past 50 years, ECOWAS has been in existence. Only 50 people, because every 1 year is one person. Every 1 year, if we go by how we've come all along. So you can be talking about only 50 people for 50 years have occupied this seat. Out of almost, if right now, our population is 350 million across West Africa, then you are talking about how many times of that? The only one who can occupy this position 1 year per term must be a president of a member state of ECOWAS. And must be lucky because at any point in time, there are 15 of them and only one will be the chairman of the Authority of Heads of States of the ECOWAS. Some people, lazy people say the chairman of ECOWAS is the chairman of the Heads of States, Authority of Heads of States of the ECOWAS and government. The importance of this position, as I tell you, we need to understand it very well. It's one of the highest position among the 15 presidents. In the past 4 years, between Ado Dankwa Akufo-Addo, the former president of Ghana, and the current president of Nigeria, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, they've shared 2 years instead of 1 year. And there was a reason. And the reason is very simple, which is that time came with some crisis that makes it difficult. Coup, counter coup, and all this Ibrahim Traoré and the criminals all over the place. That then made it very, very necessary to allow, a certain form of, anomaly for a person to continue beyond his term. Now that term is over. Bola Ahmed Tinubu did 2 years. Akufo-Addo, who handed over to him, did 2 years. But we should also not forget something about this position. There are some people who were once chairman of the Authority of the ECOWAS Heads of States and Government. The reason is very simple. It goes round, but there are sometimes necessity will make the heads of states among themselves to say, look, somebody should continue, or somebody who have done it before should do it again. Especially those who have been military heads of state before and then came back to be like civilian head of state. Among them, you can be talking about someone like Buhari. I think Obasanjo will have done something like that before, because 1975, he was there. That said, this office is where the highest decision is made, in the sense that the president of the ECOWAS Commission, and this time we have Omar Aliu Toure, his job is like that of a prime minister. If you understand the way the French system works very well, President Macron elected. The President Macron then appoint a prime minister and a group of people to be the members of the government. They are going to manage the government of France. Macron elected by the people as the president of France. Then he will be the head of state. And then you have those who are not elected directly by the people to form the government. And then the parliament will also be there and the court will be there separately, each headed by different people. But the prime minister and his colleagues, ministers, they all work with the parliament and they work for the president. That's how it works. Good. The president can sack them. This is exactly how the European Union is. But the difference between France and EU is that there are 27 heads of states and governments. So what they do is that every 6 months, that thing rotates from one head of states to the other. Every 6 months. The Council of Heads of States and Government of the European Union. That's the full name. Then they have again a person called the President of the European Union Commission. Right now they have Ursula von der Leyen. And Ursula von der Leyen, she is the president of the commission. And she is like the real prime minister because she manages the business of the government of the European Union working with their commissioners. It's exactly what we also have in the ECOWAS. So you have the office of Aliou Touré, the president of the ECOWAS Commission, the chairman of the authority of heads of states of ECOWAS. There are two different positions. So everything in our case goes through the president of the ECOWAS Commission, who is working with his commissioners, all appointed by the heads of states together. Not appointed by the chairman of the authority of heads of states. All the heads of states, they look at the team they like and they say, we want this one. Of course, everyone will fight to have their person there. That's not the issue. The most important thing is that the European Union also have a working parliament, a legislative arm. We have a parliament, but it's not as active as it's supposed to be. And that is our biggest nemesis. This is the biggest problem we need to solve. Aliou Touré will have done 4 years by now, I want to believe. Or maybe have 1 more year left. But he will be leaving very soon. And when he's leaving, I have no doubt the ECOWAS will give him a thank you money of nothing less than $200,000. They are paid in dollars. To who do they pay tax? We don't know. Because they see themselves as people who are working for United Nations. And so all the pressure has gone to the heads of states who have a lot to do in their own country, the presidents. So what we want to do is to activate the parliament. Without the parliament, the commission cannot work. Look at it this way. Look at it this way. You see, in every nation, you have the head of states who lead the politicians as a leader of, the politicians. And you have the people. The people are led by the parliament. So there are two things here. The president, he is the head of state in most cases. So the prime minister must find a way to satisfy the heads of states and also satisfy the people. He must find a way. And the only one who will be reminding him that you are representing the people is the parliament. It's not the president. It's not the heads of state. In Britain, for example, you have a king. Nobody elects him. Very powerful king. Nobody elects him. He is the head of state. Then you have the people. Right. The king can be serving the oligarch because they are the rich and powerful people who mean something to him. They are the landlords. He may not be interested in the people. He may be interested in the people, but he has his own interest that sometimes don't go with the interest of the people because he doesn't get his mandate from them. So the solution to that is to create a parliament. The parliament, then you have someone who will be a prime minister. The people are those who elect the parliamentarians, as you have in France. They are all elected by the people. In the European Union, they are elected by the people. Now, the one in the middle, in the case of the ECOWAS, is supposed to be the president of the ECOWAS Commission, who will be working between the heads of states, who have the final state, and the people. For the interest of the people to be met, it must be through the parliament, because the parliament are those who talk about their constituencies. That's exactly what you have in France, and that's what you have in the European Union. So why in our ECOWAS, if the parliament is to represent the people, unless they want to tell us that in ECOWAS, people cannot be represented? That's what we have here. We are not represented, because when you have the parliamentarians of the country that have been elected to go to the parliament of the country, and then you give them again as people to go to the ECOWAS parliament, what you have done is you have duplicated the job of the president. The president represents the country as a constituency, and therefore you want someone to represent each constituency on its own. When you choose people from the parliament directly of the country, you have also created another block that now represent the country. So you have two representatives of the country. Nothing is representing the people. Nothing. What will represent the people is their parliamentarians that they vote directly to the ECOWAS parliament. And here we say once again, congratulations to MAADA Bio. And I know and I believe in him because he has done the second term. Every country in ECOWAS, no, there's no small country. Everyone, you have challenges. And they deal with serious problems within their countries. But we want to see an ECOWAS that will be the big brother that can step in, so that Nigeria will be relieved of this role. Why do you want Nigeria? Why do you want Nigeria to lead? If Nigeria doesn't do it, nobody does it. ECOWAS should be able to do its own thing. And Nigeria is not ECOWAS. Oh, only the people of Nigeria. You are looking at me. I know Nigerians, all they care is like they think it's a kind of NATO. I was talking to Paul Ejime, a journalist. And the guy is comparing ECOWAS with United Nations, NATO. And it's nonsense. Very totally nonsense, hopeless. And that Nigeria should be the big brother and provide lead. What nonsense is that? Because it's a Nigerian. They can't think outside their own mess. So if the problem of Nigeria is solved, if Nigeria solve a problem, then ECOWAS problem will be. No, what nonsense is that? So all of us in West Africa, we should go and sleep. Why? Because Nigeria is contributing 60 to 70%. She is big. That doesn't give her anything special. We've got a mechanism for allocating and doing everything, and everyone is satisfied with it. If there are more people there, that's why we gave them 35 seats in the ECOWAS parliament. What nonsense is this? Brothers and sisters, you please on this platform, if you know Nigerians have not finished solving their problem, to come and solve anyone's problem. They say Mandela said when Nigeria problem is solved, African problem. They should stop that nonsense. Tell them on the comment section, everyone who is sick and come on this platform, because by mistake, that Nigeria that was created by Berlin Conference. You don't even know how Nigeria is created. Your problem in Nigeria, you've not. Don't come and tell us nonsense again. Come on this comment section and tell us your mind that the Nigerians should F off.